How do you go to office?
By plane.
Okay. So at what time you be back?
By tomorrow.
Okay, what is your native?
Sri Lanka.
Okay, fine. But I could see a lot of lag in your answers. Since I have a lot of lag in my questions, I'm giving this as exemption. You will get a good. Yeah. I think a lot of people interested in this, but can we go to a small tongue twister before returning to this game? Tongue twisters, shall we? Yaracha, answer பண்ணுங்க please. சப்பி என்னோட மிஷன் என்னோட மிஷன் இருக்கு.
JSLovers இது போட்டுருக்காங்க பேனர்.
டைம் ஆகுமா? மிரர் பண்ணணுமா? We have this tongue twister here. So you need to repetitively say 10 times without any lag to get a goodie, okay? So each tongue twister, we can have 2 people to attempt, and I have like 5 more tongue twisters to try. So who want to give a try? Okay. So for this tongue twister, we can have you two to try. Okay. So it's 10 times, okay?
Okay. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts
Fast,
of
fast,
annotated
fast.
data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately
Fast,
analyze
fast.
amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data.
No lag, no lag.
Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately
Have a round of applause to him. Give a goodie to him. Cap. Okay. So since it's first time, it's fine, but it should not, actually there was a lag. You're not supposed to read, you need to read so fast, okay? Okay, your name please? Joel, okay.
Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial
Fast,
agents
fast,
accurately
fast.
analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze the amazing amounts of annotated data.
You missed it.
Sir, okay, thank you.
But it's a good try. Okay, shall we go to the next tongue twister? Okay. No. You're trying. I'll just show at the moment who's going to start. Okay. Mike. Okay. Your name?
Ganesh,
Ganesh. Okay.
can I give it a try?
No. One who comes first gets that privilege.
Can I start?
I'll just show the slide. It's not the one you're supposed to talk. Try.
Busy boats build better benchmarks before breakfast.
Fast.
Busy boats build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy boats build better benchmarks before breakfast.
Fast.
Busy boats build better benchmark before breakfast. Busy boats build better benchmarks 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 before breakfast. Busy boats
Someone counted. I didn't do.
build better benchmarks.
I think you crossed 10. Fine. Let's all give him a round of applause, but I think you need to go still faster, I think. Another one want to give a try on this? Okay. இன்னும் நிறைய பேர் வரணுமே. We have lot of goodies, guys. We need to empty it up before we are going. Please cooperate. Okay. Yeah, your name, please? Rajesh Kumar, okay. You need to be very fast, Rajesh, because you saw a lot of people are slow, right?
Busy bots build better benchmarks before breakfast. 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 Busy bots build better benchmarks before
You missed it.
breakfast.
You missed it. என்ன யாருமே வந்து மிஸ் பண்ணதை சொல்லவே மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க. But a good try. Thingla. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. We have 3 more. I think. Okay. Next one you try. Who is having the mic? Kudukliya yaar. Someone from here raised your hand. Oh. Your name, please? Sorry? Mike.
Sad.
Okay. We'll start.
Busy bot build better benchmark before breakfast. Busy bots build better benchmark before breakfast. Busy bots build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy bots build better benchmark before breakfast. Busy bots build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy bots build better benchmark 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 before breakfast. Busy bot build better.
Yeah. போதும். Okay. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay. We'll go to the next one. We have 3 more tongue twisters. You want to give a try? Your name, please?
Ilekya.
Okay. Shall we go?
JavaScript joins joyful JSON journeys just before July. 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 JavaScript joins joyful JSON journey just before July. JavaScript joins joyful JSON journeys just before July. JavaScript joins joyful JSON
She
journey
missed it,
just
guys.
before
யாருமே
July.
சொல்ல
JavaScript
மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க.
joins
What is this? You missed it. யாராச்சும்
just before
சொல்லுங்க.
July.
Like you're
JavaScript
so
joins
generous.
joyful JSON
Sorry,
journeys
again,
just before
missed it, Ilakya.
But no point of view.
Adi, want to give a try? Sorry? Full stop miss பண்ணிட்டாங்களா? Oh my god. That's fine, yaar. Okay, you want to give a try? You want to give a try? Yeah, just give a try. Your name, please? Kavya, okay.
JavaScript joined joyful JSON journeys just before July. JavaScript joined joyful JSON journey just before July.
அவங்க செகண்ட் டைமே she missed it and no one is saying யார் அடுத்து யாராச்சும் நோட்டீஸ் பண்ண அவங்களுக்கு குட்டீஸ் கொடுத்தா you'll just point right. But good try, Kavya. Thank you. Next. Okay. I'll give you next tongue twister. Okay. Sorry, your name, please? Come, Mike.
Sorry, Bhuvaneshwari.
Bhuvaneshwari. Okay. Shall we try?
Yes. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly.
Fast.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure.
Missed it. Good try. Bhuvaneshwari, right? Yeah. Next. Sendil. Hi. My colleague. So extra concession for him. Try.
No.
Try.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callback.
You want to try? Yeah. Guys, try guys. Whoever says correctly will definitely get a goodie.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly.
She missed. People have started to notice. Your name, please? Aishwarya. Okay. Good try. Next. Wait. No. Parte. Your name?
Mohammed Atif.
Okay. Is it your first time you're coming?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You want to try? You should. Come on.
Clever coders constantly.
Shall we give him another chance? Oh, he took the chance himself.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly.
You're not supposed to read, yaar. You need to do it so fast. Into 2.x speed. Anyway, good try. Give it to him. He pushed you right. Let him try. I saw you. No, ma'am. Devi Priya. Yeah. Sorry. Before that, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Devi Priya, working as a senior software engineer at Talentship. So you can call me as Devi. To him, Syed. I saw him. He's ella group li irupangalla to push. He's the one. Try, yaar. I'll give you two goodies. Oh, goodies vendama. Appa in case if he receives the goodies, make sure you get that from him. Unga name. Syed, okay, nice. We have one Syed here. Try, give a try. Give a try, man.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. Clever coders constantly configure.
Fast. Fast.
Clever coders constantly configure complex callbacks correctly. 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 Clever coders.
Missed it, but it's a very good try. Give a round of applause. Okay. We'll go to next slide. Yeah, sure. Who is having the mic? Okay. Next, you give a try. Your name, please?
Balan.
Sorry?
Balan.
Okay. Shall we go?
Generative chains generate chain, JavaScript generally joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript generally joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey
mention guys.
generate chains, JavaScript journeys joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chain, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chain, JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains, 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 JavaScript journey joyfully. Generate chains joyfully.
Good try. நீங்க first time miss பண்ணிட்டீங்க but நீங்க ரொம்ப enthusiastic பண்ணனால we don't want to disturb but very good try. Round of applause to you. Your name please?
Dharani.
Dharani. Okay.
Generative Jains generate Jain JavaScript journey joyfully. Generative Jains Jain JavaScript journey joyfully. Generative Jains generate 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 Jain JavaScript journey joyfully.
Yeah. Very Arachum. Oh. Your name, please?
Hari Prasad.
Hari Prasad. Okay.
Generative Jains generate giant JavaScript.
So okay, we'll give him another chance. Yeah.
Generative Jains generate giant JavaScript
Good try. Did you try it before? Okay.
Generative Jains generate Jains JavaScript journey joyfully. Generative Jains generate Jains JavaScript journeys joyfully. Generative Jains generate Jains JavaScript journeys joyfully. Generative Jains generate Jains JavaScript journey joyfully. Generative Jains generate Jains.
Our miss panare enak theriyadu. You should point. Very Arachum.
Generative Jain generate Jain JavaScript journey joyfully. 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 Generative Jain generate Jain JavaScript journeys joyfully.
Good try. Hi. Said. Your name, please?
Bhuvan.
Mohan. Okay.
Bhuvan.
We'll go with the first slide. Sorry, guys. Out of tongue twisters. We'll start.
Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agent accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amount of annotated data. Artificial agents.
Missed it. I think the last 10th or something. Good try, Mohan. Oh, nice. I like people when they come up by themselves. Your name, please?
Analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze amazing amounts of annotated data. Artificial agents accurately analyze. That's it. Okay.
She finished, huh? Nice. You want to try? Session on irukku marandringla ellarum. Okay, with him we'll just wrap it up. It's time for session. She's very happy with the goodie. Yeah, with him will come. Your name, please? Sunil. Okay. We'll go with the next slide. You prepared, right? Yeah.
Busybots build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busybots build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busybots build better benchmarks.
You missed it, Sunil.
Busybots build better benchmarks before breakfast. 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 Busybots build better benchmarks before breakfast.
He has a rhythm, பாத்தீங்களா கரெக்ட்டா.
Busy build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy build better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy builds better benchmarks before breakfast. Busy build 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 better benchmarks before breakfast.
என்ன பண்ணலாம்? குடிஸ் கொடுக்கலாமா வேணாமா? நைஸ் ட்ரை சுனில். ஓகே. எல்லாருமே கொடுக்கலாமா வேண்டாமா? So generous, yeah. He was training for the previous slide, okay? Yeah, nice try Sunil. And the tempo da full energy. Okay. So I think everyone is refreshed, right? Afternoon where Saturday. Good lunch, huh? We're all awake? Please say yes. Okay, so with this we'll kickstart the event. So our first speaker would be John Saferio. He's a software engineer at Ford Company, having almost 7 years of experience, and also my ex-colleague. So let's all have a big round of applause for him, John.
Thank you, Devi. Thank you for the good intro. Okay. Before starting the event, Devi asked who are all comfortable with Tamil and who don't know Tamil. Can you, the people who don't know Tamil, can you raise your hand? Okay, only once. Fine. Okay, fine. I will try to speak English. Why? Because Devi conducted this tongue twisters, but my heart is beating like I cannot do this, and I'm curious right now. Okay, fine. First, I will share my screen.
Hello. Just a quick update. Everyone here got the refreshment coupon with you? Okay. So please have it safely. You need that to get your refreshments. Thank you.
Okay, that was a technical glitch. So every event we will have a technical glitch at starting and even in middle. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. So how many of you remember this particular site or screen or image? Okay. I see like, okay, now I see most of the people is raising their hand. Then I think so like you people are experienced around 5 years, more than 5 years. I think so, right? Fine. Yeah. I started at 2019. Okay, back in 2019, like we used to use this particular site for everything. Developers around the world will go to this particular screen and search for the solutions. If Stack Overflow goes down for 10 minutes, the entire developer in the world would go in a panic, right? But yeah, we will go there. Why? Because like we don't get the direct solutions. Like we don't get direct code. We search for one problem, another problem, and we combine all 3 to 4 problems, and we will have one code, and we will pray to God that the code should work, right? And it will work there. Okay, fine. And after some time, like AI entered the chat, right? This is me. Like, so if someone asked me to, after like we got ChatGPT, if someone asked me to like, John, you want to write a custom code, I say I have ChatGPT. Okay, I'm not joking. Really, I'm not joking. Why? Because you can see this video. This is my actual code base, actual chat history before 3 years when ChatGPT came into the game. Okay, what I was doing is like I was trying to build my own app from scratch. At that time, I forgot that I'm a developer. I'm directly going and asking like I need how to install this particular React or Next.js, okay, and I am asking everything. Okay, you can see all the components are there, and I forget I'm a developer, and in some cases like I'm getting error. I'm copying that error and putting there and fix this error, and again what I'm doing is there is like I'm playing that copy paste thing, and I didn't like what I didn't go and fix the bug there. Sound you can't hear at back. Can you hear me now? Okay, fine. So yeah, what I was doing is like I was completely dependent on AI at that time. See, now also like I'm completely dependent on AI. I don't say I'm a brilliant guy and all. Okay, fine. But yeah, after using this for months, only I was vibe coding with ChatGPT, and one day like I thought, okay, I thought like I'm dumb. Actually, I'm dumb. But I thought I'm dumb, and I started, okay, let me think and let me build it from scratch without the usage of AI. Okay. And then this happened. When Thor was expecting the hammer to come back, no, like I was expecting my coding skills to come back at that time. And what happened is like, yeah, fortunately it came back. Then I realized like I didn't lose my skills, but I was dependent on AI completely. Then I realized, okay, I am using AI. That's not a problem. Why? Because like we are not going to Stack Overflow anymore. AI is already here, right? But what I thought is like we are using AI, but using the AI in a wrong way. So and I learned many articles, and nowadays like we have a lot of resource, and also I use ChatGPT again to learn how to code with AI. Okay, fine. So before starting, my name is John Saferio, and I'm currently working as a senior software engineer at Ford. And basically, I'm a full stack developer, but they had opening only for front-end developer there. So I'm working as a front-end developer. Yeah, and this is all about me. Devi said like I'm back in 2019. Then at that time, I thought PHP is going down, and still now PHP is there. But I learned React, Node, and all. But now everything is going down because of AI. No, not. Actually, we have that scope. Yeah, we can see that. And today my concept is like from copy paste AI to AI powered engineering. You saw that like I was copy pasting. Even now I'm doing, but not me. AI is doing for me. Fine. Okay. Here, like you can see which AI is best. Claude, Cursor, or GitHub Copilot, Grok, and we have Codex, right? This is not about which AI is best. Personally, like I have used everything in past 2 to 3 years. I have personally used it for my own projects, all the AIs. See, when I was using Claude, no, what I thought is like my token was disappearing faster than my salary when I use Claude. And like when I then I shifted to what Cursor. And also like in Cursor also I saw like we have token crunch. Then what I did is like I switched it to auto model, right? There I was getting answers, the wrong answers, but it is giving me the wrong answers with a good confidence. Fine. And what I did is like, yeah, I jumped between Codex, and also Codex came right now, but I was also again going back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT works for me. And now I'm using GitHub Copilot. Why? Because my company pays for it. So I'm using it now. And see, honestly, every model has their own good and bad. So even if in Claude we see now like we have remote sessions, but I think so with Cursor we don't have that. And GitHub Copilot now they are changing their subscription. So like each and every model has their own good and bad. Okay, fine. But we want to know whatever IDE or whatever AI model you can use. But before using that, we want to know like how we want to use, how we can better our engineering with AI, not just going and asking, see, develop this. I want this login form. I want this home page PDP. No, it's not going to work, right? So let us see like how we can do an AI powered engineering. Fine. Yeah, the first topic is skills. Before going to talk about skills, like what most of the developer will do. So what I did is like I will directly open a code base, my ID, and I will ask, I will give a big giant prompt. It will give me a big giant answer, and that will be a big giant problem for me, right? And after three chat, your project will be in multiverse. You cannot understand it. Fine. So what went wrong there? Actually, I did this for my personal project. I was using Cursor at that time with auto model. You know what auto model will do. And I was asking to build this and that. And I don't give any architectural plan. I don't give anything. I just want this particular page to build, this particular form to get built. Okay. And what happened is like at one time, I got timeout issue from Cursor. So when I was like asking it to fix an, I think so some like unlike button error with my personal project, I got a timeout error. And I saw like why it's getting timeout. And I went to the code base and I saw a particular component or particular page has 2000 lines of code. So that the AI itself cannot go and see like where the error is. Okay. So the problem here is like I didn't realize like see as a like 5 to 7 years of experienced developer, like what we will do, we will split the code into chunks, and we will be making it as easily reusable, maintainable, right? But that I didn't teach anything to AI to do that. So it built my app. So what I asked, it built, but it was completely on a single page. Then what I did is like again I kept the AI aside and I became Thor, and I and I was like splitting my project into chunks, and it worked at that time. Okay, so how we want to like use skills here is like basically what does skills means like when we start to build a project or ask a prompt or build some login form, we want to give a particular prompt like you want to follow this particular principles. A particular component should not have more than 200 lines. You want to like split the functions and put into like what a handler folder or something, reusable functions, or like writing your custom hooks, or having your types at a different file, having your styles at a CSS file. So these are all like what we follow, but AI doesn't know that. We didn't teach it. So will you go and give this prompt on each and every prompt? Like having this copy, like each component should not have 200 lines. We should write the CSS in our CSS files. We cannot give this each and every time. So better write a skill file. Like you can have skill file for any purpose. Like to build a component, yes, you can have a skill file. For front-end works, you can have a skill file. For back-end work, you can have a skill file. To create a PPT, you can have a skill. You can have a skill for anything. Why? Because like, yeah, development is my skill. PPT creation might be their skill. So you can have skill for anything. Just give the skill for one time and save it. And next time when you give the prompt, try to give your prompt and just tell it like use this particular skill. It will work. So you don't want to go and type it every time. I will show you a demo at last, like how I used it. I have a demo. So this is how skill works. And yeah, this is like an image for skill. Like here you can see like I have skill for different thing like report builder, dashboard designer, summary formatter, PPT creator. We can have skills for anything. Okay, so what do you think is like if you want to write a principle or something and your AI want to follow it at any time, create a skill and mention like use skills. That's it. You don't want to mention like use this skill, use that skill. AI is smarter more than enough. Like it's not dumb like me, right? So it can go and choose like which skill is needed for this particular task. Okay, fine. Next is plan mode. So before going to say what is plan mode, when I was experienced around 3 years, I was working in a product-based company where we used to build product for tax-based system of US. Okay, there like I was directly working with the CEO, and he is like a previous like past developer in Microsoft. He was working in US, and now he owns the company. So whenever we start developing, whenever he comes and meet us, he will ask only one question: John, why the whiteboards are very empty? Why you didn't use it? So what he will ask is like every developer, like before developing anything, we should not directly jump into the code. We should first plan. We should ask questions. Like when you start planning, when you start asking questions, you will get different thoughts and you will get different ideas on particular problem or a task. So like I started following that, and now in my current office, like I don't have whiteboards there, so I'm using login form, right? But my use case is like I need a Google login, I need a Facebook login, or it's like I need just GitHub login, or it's like we can say only the organization people can log in into this. There are like lot of things. So what we can do is like when we go on a plan mode, it will not directly go and build the feature. It will first plan for it, and we can ask meaningful questions to it. So don't ask dumb questions like me. Go, okay. And what I will do is like basically, yeah, that is a different topic. I'm going like this. We have a KGF movie now. One guy will say a story and he will jump to another part. I'm going to say my fourth slide. Okay, fine. So that's why Vadivel told like edu pannalum plan panni pananum. Okay, fine. And we have chat folks, and also like I have a story for chat folks. So before going before knowing what is chat folks, let me tell my use case. Before 1 year, when I was working in Talentship, like I was asked to integrate this Power BI into my dashboard for a multi-tenant solution. Okay, there they didn't ask me just to integrate. They asked me to plan and come with a solution. Why? Because like we have a particular team to develop Power BI dashboard, but we haven't integrated in our software, our like app before. So they was doing in their dev mode. So the dev mode is free for everything, right? But when we go for production, we need licensing, we need a plan. So Power BI has multiple licensing and multiple plan, and we are going to do this for multi-tenant. And what licensing we need, what plan we need. So see, as I told, I was user. and I was using cursor, and I was thinking like I have this. I told no, I have this token crunch, so I was using auto model. When I was like getting good results, like whatever thing I'm asking, it's giving me good results. Okay, fine. At one point, I see the answer, right? And what I did is like I didn't believe it, and I went to Microsoft documentation, and I went through the documentation completely, and I found we can do that. And then what I did is like I went to the cursor and I started fighting with it. See how you told you cannot do this, and the auto model directly started apologizing to me. Sorry, we can do that. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is like the problem there is like when I got the first false thing, like I keep on asking question in the same chat itself. So everything was a context to the AI. So when I'm giving some false prompting or false message or false context, it is a context for AI also. When I'm doing it in the same chat, I will keep on getting the false answer, right? So there comes the chat fork. What you can do is like chat fork is like a checkpoint in your game. So whenever we play a game, right, we die and we didn't start from the first point. We start from a checkpoint, right? That is what a chat fork in our AI. So when you see something is wrong, or when you want it to get research with some other model, you don't want to directly change the model and ask the question there in the same chat itself. You can use chat fork so that a new chat will get created. There you can ask questions with your new model. I will show everything in last as a demo. If I switch, like, then this will go off. Okay, fine. And next is like model selection. See, every model has their own capabilities. Like we have good and bad in every model, right? What I will do is like I will not use this image generating model for AI generation. I was doing in ChatGPT, I was using only one model for everything, but that is wrong. We can choose our model wisely. So now I'm like what I will do is like for planning I will use like Claude Opus something, which is like highly it will take high tokens. And once after I'm generating, I'm getting all the plan done. So what we can do is like we can get it as what I will do is like I will get it as a plan.md. So that everything is there in MD. So what should be done, which file should be accessed, what should be changed, everything will be there in plan.md. And I will switch to a low reasoning model where I will not get much tokens used. And I will just serve the plan.md so that it can do the changes. So you don't want to use the high reasoning model for everything. Use the high reasoning model for research purpose and the low reasoning model for implementation purpose. Why? Because the high research model has already planned for you. Then again, why do you want to use the high research model? So like wisely choose between choosing the models. And always like say like nee edhukku seripattu varamata. Okay. And this is me. When I saw MCP, I left the ChatGPT behind. Why? Because until like I know what MCP does, I was directly believing on cursor prompt ChatGPT. The problem is like with MCP, the AI gets multiple hand. Okay, so yeah. So what does a MCP do is like it can access your it can access any tools, your database, your APIs, right? So like now in my current organization, I'm using MCP. So what daily I will go is like I will sit down, I will open my code base. I have got some, if I got some tickets in Jira, I have my Atlassian MCP connected, and I have my GitHub connected, I have my Figma connected with the MCP. So if I just give my Jira ticket link, with all this MCP, it's going to fetch the details of my tickets, AC, right? And after that, like if I have a Figma link, of course it's going to go to Figma. Why? Because like I have connected everything with MCP. And this is what MCP is, and I'm not that much brilliant to go through this particular architecture. I didn't understand it. So I have this guy to explain what is MCP is like. MCP is like a USB port where you can use with your system, and you can access your data and tools, so your AI can access everything. Okay, that is what an MCP is. And whoever who knows this particular scene in Endran, what he does, can you say? What it does? What? Self? Self-assembling. Okay. So, okay, he's a brilliant guy. He's saying self-assembling, but my thought here is like robot is building robot. That's what the scene is. So, what I'm coming to say is like custom agent for delivering food, custom robot for doing specific tasks. Likewise, we can also have our custom agents. We don't want to rely on one agent to do everything, right? So like what I did is like, I'm not going to completely write a custom agent .md. I'm using agent for it. Directly go and create a custom agent, serve that file to another Claude or something agent, and ask like, I want this particular agent to test my files, test my manually test, or write an automation test, or else like this particular agent they should review my code base. That's what I did. So my experience on custom agent is like when I joined with Ford. See, Ford is a product-based company, and they have their own principles, architecture should be followed. I had 15 days time to go through all the documentation, but we will not do right. I was asking like, I need a ticket. I was sitting idle for 15 days, and they gave me a ticket. And with the help of agents only, I already built it, and I directly made a commit and push. And the next day, when I opened my PR, I got 13 plus comments. Okay, what I did is like, again, I used MCP, and I asked AI agent to fix it. Yeah, that got merged. And again, my second PR, I got 30 plus comments. And I didn't see what's happening here. Then what I did is like, since my GitHub is connected with my with MCP, I analyzed the patterns of the reviewers, and I created a custom agent to review my code. I didn't do like I learned thing and I fixed everything. Even now I code like that only. But what my custom agent will do is like, based on the pattern how the reviewer will review, before pushing it will review my code and analyze what are the mistakes I have done, and I have another agent to fix it. So you may think, John, you're not working. You're just sitting simple. See, the thing is like, we are not in a Stack Overflow era. We are in AI era. So we don't want to go back. Even I thought with AI I'm going to be dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. But I know how to use AI. That's why I think I'm not replaceable. So whenever there is a hike, or like whenever there is a new invention coming, like we need to adapt to it. I cannot say like I will not use AI and I will code on my own, I will learn things. No, that's not going to happen. Back then in like before 3 to 4 years, if you're going to build a home page or a PDP, it will take a week, right? It will take a week, or we have 10 days and 3 to 4 developers. But now a PDP can done in product description page can be done in 2 to 3 hours with the help of AI, right? So we are in that fast moving phase. So we need to adapt to that. So I have custom agents for everything, to review my code, to fix my bugs, and also like I have a custom agent for manual testing, and also writing my unit test cases. I have custom agent for everything, and I will ask, you do that, you do this, that's it. Fine. Okay. This is what like I feel like when I open my code base. So let's go for a demo. Can you see my screen? Okay. So this is an to-do app. Just I have built just for demo purpose. And here you can see. So this is an. I have 2 pages. This is one to-do list. I have built without using MCP, without using skills, without using custom agents. Whatever I said now, I went to my ChatGPT era and I've built this, okay? So you can see directly, when I used only prompts and no skills or something, you can see the page will work fine, very fine. I have dark and light mode. This one, date. So whatever thing like I told, it built me. So like this has an orange background if it is like less than 5 minutes. And now what's the time? It's 13. Okay. So if I say 13, task 2. You see, it's we have the time issues and it's crunching. And if I say it's done, it's on green. Everything is done. Okay. And I have edit, delete, everything. Okay. But the problem here is like, since I didn't tell anything about my architectural plan or anything, okay, what it does is like, it directly wrote everything in a single page. It's just a to-do application. So for just a to-do application, I got 400 plus lines. So what if you're building your own app, your SaaS app, with just prompting? Of course, it will go more than 2,000 lines. And at one case, like at one point, even you cannot go and change things. You will not understand it. And you will just trash it. That's what happening here. With vibe coding, that's what happening here. We can do vibe coding, but how we are going to do vibe coding? That's the concept here. And I used this skill, which I developed with the help of agent only, okay? I have this skill, and with this particular skill, I have developed this page. So this is the same page. I have different UI. Same thing. And task 2. We'll go with some other thing. Add. Okay. And yeah, if I change, it's going to go in green. And also I have this dark theme and light theme done. But since I used skills, what it does is like, I have this to-do page, and you can see here, it has called the component to-do. It didn't work, okay, fine. So you can see it splitted things into chunks. We have separate page, we have type file, and also we have shared things like we have shared theme, and we have stuffs splitted into chunks, right? So that that's why I told like we need skills. So we don't want to do in a manual way. We don't want to do like what I did, splitting things into manual way. We have skills, write skill once and use it wisely so that you will have your architecture plan done, your style designs done, everything, right? And also like I spoke about MCP. So if you want to like okay, if you want to integrate MCP, just go to, okay, it's going here. Okay. /MCP. You can find ton of MCPs here, and it's very simple. You don't want to go and write MCP JSON, configure things there. You just want to go and install this MCP. Like if you are using Notion, go and install it in your VS Code. Like what I have done is like I have installed some of the MCPs I have installed Playwright MCP for my manual testing, and also like in my works I can show my workspace like where I have installed Atlassian, I have installed GitHub and much more for my daily work to be done. And agent. Okay, what this agent will do is like it will manually check my test my application and provide me screenshots. Like if everything is good, it will provide screenshot. I think so. It's going to take much time, so that I have done it like already. You can see it has given me the screenshots of the test it has done. No, cancel. And also you can see. So it's now using MCP, we don't want a manual tester. You can change yourself as a manual tester. You can even I didn't give the case itself. It went through my code base, it has analyzed my logic there, and it prepared a test case, and it done it manually. Okay, and you can see it will do, but it will take time. It will open the app here in VS Code and it will test. We have this Chromium inbuilt in VS Code, so we can open our apps in VS Code itself. So it will use that. Yeah, I think so. It's going to take a long time. Yeah, and after this everything, now I feel like my new AI assistant is doing a better job than ever I could. And here you think like AI will not take our job if we are if our job is to use AI. See, the thing is like we should not panic like how my job is going to go because of AI. If you are good at using AI and like you know how to use AI and you are going to deliver at a good speed with good what quality, why your job is going to get lost, right? So work on it. And this is me giving people advice, but my repo is burning there. Thank you. Thank you for the time, and thank you for listening. Anyone, any questions?
Yeah, hi, and thanks for giving such a good intro to how to use AI. And one thing I would like to add is the Stack Overflow bit. Actually, they have changed their icon, which I just found like a couple of days before. So yeah, like I'm also from the Stack Overflow era, kind of. So I just have two questions. One is that you said about skills.md. So let's say that we are having a lot of information in one skills.md. Then like, do you think that it will eat up the token?
It will eat up the
tokens that we have, as in we are like adding a lot of to-dos.
Of
I mean,
course.
it has to
See,
go through a lot of
yeah, that is what I'm saying. So as an engineer, what we will do, like we will split things. You don't want to have one big skill.md. You can split it based on like the things like. So if I say like we want to follow principles, like I have coding principles and also have design principles and have architectural principles. So if you want to, when we speak, like we can write every principle in a single file, and also like we can split it, like the architectural, like what are the file names should be followed, what are the folder structure we need to follow, we can have it in a different file, we can have the design kind of principle in different file, and we can have the coding standards in different file. So when it goes, so whatever we do as a developer, if the code crosses over 200 or 500 lines, we split it into chunks, right? That's what we also need to do. See, I'm not suggesting this is what we want to do. We are in a phase like where the AI is getting built right now. So the frameworks for AI also is building, right? So we want to analyze things. I have one experience with SpecKit. Who are using SpecKit right now? Anyone use SpecKit? Yeah, I see only one guy there. Okay. What SpecKit does is like they have a framework for this AI thing. We don't want to do everything in a manual way. You just connect your MCP and give your Jira ticket. The SpecKit has 5 steps: analyze, plan, split up into tasks. Okay. But the SpecKit, to complete a task, it's taking around 2 hours. And if you go and search for SpecKit in YouTube, you will see like most of the people will say SpecKit works. But my personal thing is like SpecKit doesn't work. So now we are paying for every token, right? And it takes 2 hours. With this manual way of like working with AI, I can do that in 15 minutes. Okay. So now we are in the era of AI is getting developed, and there are multiple frameworks, multiple methods coming. So we need to analyze like which method works for us, and we need to plan accordingly.
So yeah, so I have just seen, mostly I have seen just skills.md as a single file. So I just wanted to know if that can be separated so that our tokens are not
Yes. You can have multiple skill files like what is the architecture like they are following now is like if you have a skill file for your design tokens, design slash skill dot like a folder and a file skill.md, folder skill and a skill.md file. That's it. You can split it into multiple skills. You can write multiple skills.
And also one more question I have is like, can we also prevent over engineering? Like I have seen sometimes AI doing a lot of stuff which we might not prefer to do. Like, I mean, I can't just think of an example, but there are
that's what.
things
If you like go with the high model like Opus 4.6, it thinks in a different way. And if you go with Sonnet, it thinks in a different way. What I will say is like, don't directly trust your agent. You create your own custom agent where it should follow these particular instructions. So it will not get over engineered. That's what my idea is.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Anyone like, do you have any questions? Okay, I think so like there's a time crunch. Can we have it in break?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Let's give a big round of applause to John. So yeah, moving on to the next session, I'm happy to welcome Elangovan, working as a technical staff engineer at MongoDB, having almost 6+ years of experience. So the stage is yours, Elangovan.
Hi everyone, this is Elangovan and I'm from MongoDB. I work as a technical services engineer in this team called Migration Factory. So I'm not entirely like from the coding background. So we work with customers migrating their databases from other companies to MongoDB. But I mean, I was invited for this event and the theme was JS, right, like JavaScript. So I wanted to come up with some topic where we involve both JavaScript and also MongoDB. So I came up with this topic that you convert your questions to charts using existing JavaScript frameworks and also taking advantages of vector search and also the query performance of MongoDB. So how many of you here have MongoDB or like have heard of MongoDB or who use MongoDB for their projects? Okay. I mean, it's open available and I'm sure it's easy to set up, so most of you would have used it for your setups and projects. So yeah. So for this demo, I've created a tool which is very basic. I just use GitHub Copilot for it. And what it does is you type in some questions, it generates a chart for you from the existing data in the database. So I have dumped a sample sales database into my MongoDB on Atlas. So this is how it would look. So if you see, I've written a query there saying, can you show me monthly revenue for electronics and apparels in 2024? It just came up with this 2-line charts, and this is how it would look for you on the tool. So I'm sure many of you will have dashboards in your companies, right? Like you have Grafana, or you might have some quick site dashboard and all that. So those are all fixed dashboards. But here we are coming up with some dashboard that you want on the go, like on the fly. You just type something and you get the dashboard for it. I built this in a day, so it looks very basic, but eventually if you wanted to use the same workflow, you could achieve something bigger as well. So the tech stack, I mean, obviously it should involve JavaScript. So I'm using something called LangChain.js. How many of you have heard of it? LangChain.js. So, I mean, yeah, considerable people know it already. So it is a framework where you can just import any LLM. Like you can connect to any LLM, and you can just also include your JavaScript code and run together. I mean, you can even think it of like an operating system where you can connect to any applications or something like that. So similarly, you can connect to any model. Like let's say you can connect to a Gemma model from Google, or you can connect to anything from ChatGPT and all that. So this is like you write code once and you can change model on the fly. You don't have to write everything from scratch even for changing models. And MongoDB Atlas, like Atlas is the cloud tier, like just like how you have AWS and Azure, right? Similarly, you can host MongoDB on the cloud. So I am using MongoDB Atlas for it, and Node.js and Express, like the very basic setup for any server that you want to run. And finally, chart.js. How many of you have heard of chart.js? It's very basic, I guess. Good. So you just provide it with some spec, like you just give it some data and it just generates it on the front end for you. It doesn't involve any complex code. So most of it are very basic. Can you find something which is missing here maybe? I just explained all of this to you, so just on the slide. Maybe I can share this later if you want to read it. I mean, from the topic, there's something missing here, like on the tech stack. Someone wants to guess it? Someone said database, but we already have MongoDB Atlas. Any guesses? That's correct, yeah. I did hear many say LLM. That is correct. So, yeah, from the topic, obviously, there was AI there. And AI is almost talked everywhere, so I just used one model. Llama is an open source model from Meta, like Facebook, in the previous times. So I'm running this locally. It's not from any cloud. So I just saved some money on this, and you can even test it yourself. How many of you are running any models locally? Like, have you tried running models locally? Many, right? I mean, it's easy. I don't have to worry about setting up and all that. So pretty much this app would eventually work, like even without internet, just that the Atlas is there. So for very basic things, this just works. So you must have seen the tool that I showed you, right? I write in something there, and it has to come up with a chart. So I will show you how that flow is done, and if you guys have any questions, you can also stop me and ask me anytime. So the flow goes like this usually. As I said, Llama is the model, and I'm using LangChain.js for it. So it connects to the model, and the model would return all the responses that I've asked. So there's a I've typed in few queries where I instruct the LLM to work this way. Like you first start checking the database on the schema, then based on the schema, you can convert or write a MongoDB query, and then from the query, construct a chart so that it displays on the front end. So from the Atlas, it goes to the backend server, and chart.js on the front end where the chart is displayed. How many of you know vector search? Okay, so there is a skill badge at the end. So you can, I mean, I'm sure some of you might have already worked on skill badges in the past, like you have taken it and probably shared it on LinkedIn. So there is a skill badge based on vector search. So you can probably take it up at the end of the session. I mean, it's related to Atlas. So how many of you know vector search on Atlas? Like, if you know it exists on MongoDB Atlas. Yeah, I do see two hands there. So you do have MongoDB like natively supporting vector search on Atlas, and it's pretty easy. So you can even try it sometime. Okay, I mean, now we come to the boring part. I'm sure, from the previous session, I'm sure every one of you must be using some agentic workspace or probably some tool to write your code. Nobody writes code from scratch these days. So, obviously the tool that I developed, I used GitHub Copilot for it. And just the basic code I wanted to tell you guys, like if someone is not really from tech background, like, you guys know how to run Node.js server, I'm pretty sure. So I just have a endpoint named ask, and that is where I post my queries. That comes on the front end, and then I get the response. The response is JSON, which I then send it to the chart.js, and then it's rendered there. So LangChain.js, you can get a ready-made code online, but this is how you create an agent. And obviously I'm using Llama for it, so that's how I create a new Llama object. And MongoDB, this is on Atlas. So how do you connect to a MongoDB database? So many told me you guys use MongoDB, right? Like how do you check what is stored in a database, like MongoDB? Some tool that you open and then see what is stored in MongoDB. Compass, yeah, that's correct. So you can use Compass for it. You can also use your queries as well, but again, I think Compass makes it easy. I just have it here. So just to show you guys, I have stored customers, orders, and products data here. And if you see, I also have these numbers here that you see on the screen. So these are nothing but vectors. So many of you know vector search. So this tool also has an option to use vector search to find similar products. But I do have all the details stored. So the UI makes it easier for me, but for people who prefer CLI, that works too. And chart.js, this is on the front end. So you just provide it with some spec file, with some text, and you get a response. Can it do anything beyond that? No, right? But so you can just see here, you are a data analyst, and you have a set of tools to access, and these are some things that you can do, and how you should behave and all that. So I'm giving this as a prompt to an LLM, and I will recursively call the LLM with the response from it. So the LLM will say, based on the instructions that I've given, the LLM will decide what to do next. So it would either call the database first, then write a query for the database, and then also prepare the chart spec for rendering the database, like rendering the chart on the front end. So this is how it's going to work. So the LLM does not do everything on its own. You need to write some code, and we are writing that in JavaScript using LangChain.js. So this is where LangChain.js comes into play. And Google, so it was very easy to set up and run it. So what happened was, it was hallucinating and it wasn't giving me proper responses. So at that time, I can't, there isn't a proper response, or maybe you could check the model for it, like whether there's an issue with the model or the prompt. So, I did already explain the architecture, but in a simple way for you all to understand. Anyone can go to the browser and type the question, and the chart.js will have the response later. So vanilla JS is nothing but a very basic JS. I'm not using any complex React or Angular frameworks for this. So I post out a ask and with the query, and the LangChain or the other files that are there, and it's going to talk to and fro to the LLM. And also I have set of rules which will call the database. So I have the database calling functions and agent tools here. we can resume now. So I have the database calling functions in this file called tool.js. So this is the intern again going to call MongoDB, and it's going to get all the answers from it for building that chart. There is also a safety layer that I have built. I mean, not technically me, because the AI built it for me. See, I'm just going to read the database. So any write query that the AI hallucinated and gave me, that will not work here. So there's a barrier for it, like sort of like a firewall or a safety layer, where it prevents any change to the database because the AI hallucinated and gave you a wrong prompt or like wrong query. So that's it, and the LLM would finally give you a format such that the output or the query data from the atlas would be converted into a format that chart.js can understand, and it will be displayed on your screen. I will keep this slide for a minute on screen. If someone wants to pull this repository and use it, you can do that like later when you go home. So I also had a dump of the database in the same repository. So technically all you need is some LLM and also an Atlas cluster or some local deployment of MongoDB. So you could try that, or like let's say if you're very lazy, you could even simulate something using something locally built using some AI agent on any of your tools. So you can pull it, and I'm pretty sure every one of you have GitHub Copilot, right? Like how many of you use something like GitHub Copilot or Cursor, like for your day-to-day work? So I'm sure you just pull, you just even mention this URL and you say pull it, and I'm sure it will tell you what is missing, and you can give it the details, and I'm pretty sure it will help you set it up easily without, and it can handle the errors as well, or if some installation is missing. So can I go to the next slide? Did you guys take a picture of this? Okay. Yeah, I did show this in the first slide. So this is how the tool is going to look, but just so that you guys believe me that this is built, I will also show you how the demo looks. So this is how the tool is looking, and I also have some specific queries that I've already created, as you see here. Like let's say, let's go with two-line electronic versus apparel. So I just click there, and you can see that it is thinking, meaning that it's going for iterations with LLM, to and fro, saying it will come up with some pipeline, like some aggregation, such that it will be executed against the MongoDB cluster, and the results will be shown here on the slide. One limitation is that this is running on Atlas, so there is some network issue with me, so it did take some time. But pretty much, let's say if you have this locally, it should be much faster. So if you see here, I have a graph which has come up for exactly 2024, like whatever data is there from 2024 first month to 12th month. I have data till 2025, but I did not get a graph for it. So because I have mentioned 2024 on the question, like on the query. And if you see here, I also have a place where I put the exact query that the LLM did generate for me, which was run against the MongoDB cluster, and the response is built as a chart on the UI. So, I mean, so this can be extended in any ways. You don't have to manually go ahead and click on filters and then come up with some weird results at the end. So one advantage is, like let's say if I make a typo here, like even if I put electronics, like if I make a spelling mistake here, it's gonna give correct answer for me because the LLM is handling this, and it pretty much would guess that this is electronics, and it would give the result. So the output of this should be similar. It is still thinking though. So you can pull this repo with the picture that you have taken, and you can then set it up. So similarly, I did make a typo, but still the graph did come out just fine, because the LLM is going to take the heavy lifting of correcting your typos or even guessing what you have written. So it does not have to be perfect. So definitely taking the advantage of LLM here. So we must be mostly in the last part of our slides. So I did show you the demo. So my only intention is introducing that there's something called LangChain.js that exists, and also if many of you know MongoDB, but again there's also an Atlas version of it, like where you run it on the cloud. So I wanted to introduce that there is a cloud version of MongoDB that exist. And also there's something called LangChain.js where you can take LLM's advantage and build applications of your choice. And also, I mean, char.js, I'm pretty sure everyone would know, but I just wanted to maybe show you that even simpler technology or like simpler things like char.js can make a huge difference in many of the apps we build. Because even without noticing, char.js is almost integrated in many of our tools. So with that, if you guys have any questions, we can take the questions now. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Bhuvan. So actually, I had a question about you didn't talk about the embedding model.
That's correct. So I did not talk about the embedding model because considering the time constraint, and also the tool does not directly depend on the embedding model. So I don't want to go beyond the scope of MongoDB and JS in specific, but I just wanted to let you also guys know that there's something called vector database and you can use an embedding model for storing the vectors. So the tool does not actually use anything related to embedding so far because it just queries and then gets the output and then displays it. But if you...
So I mean like as you have shown us the vectors, those are embeddings only.
That's
Okay,
correct, yeah.
So
Those are embeddings. So Bhuvan, right?
Yeah.
So what Bhuvan is asking, Bhuvan's question is correct. So what Bhuvan is telling us is, I did show you guys something on Compass that there are views numbers, right? So how do you get these numbers from the data that you have entered? So we have something called an embedding model. There's something called Voyage. Maybe you could check that. It's owned by MongoDB now. So using that embedding model, you could generate these vectors and you can store in MongoDB and use it as a vector store.
yeah,
That's
so
correct.
I thought you have used some external model, maybe from Gemini or maybe from somewhere. So you have used internal tool most.
Yeah, yes,
because
I've used Voyage for
yeah,
this.
it is internal towards the MongoDB only. Yeah.
No, you can still use it outside as well. There are few free credits as well. It's not a widely extensive one, but because I am from MongoDB, I intended to use that. You can try Voyage. So I think I found it simple to use. Not much of a documentation mess, but again, you could use other embedding models as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Like maybe I can take one more question now and rest I could take during the break. If there are no questions now, okay, yeah, you can tell me. Yes. That is exactly correct. So the LLM will tell you, I have given a script to the LLM saying you're a data scientist and you need to do all of these. So the LLM will return what I should do next, whether I should query the database or generate a chart spec and then return a response to the front end. So the LLM does not do it directly, but it gives the response. And I have a separate file that I've written such that it takes the response from the LLM and it will read that response and then call the function accordingly. You can even think of it like a switch case for a layman term. So switch case, if you just put 1, then call the database. If it's 2, build the query. If it's 3, return to the front end of the chart spec. So I can instruct the LLM to say start with 0, then proceed to 1 and proceed to 3, like proceed to 2, something like that. And based on it, I can have a function. So whatever number the LLM returns, I can choose the flow such a way and I can return at the end. You're saying me that we could use this without LLM, right? So the main point of using LLM is natural language. So I did show you a typo example, right? I did make an electronics typo. So if you see, I made a typo there, but LLM was able to correct that. This is the basic uses of LLM. Other uses are that I need to come up with some query. So can you write a SQL query now, like saying I need to come up with some comparison, like let's say I need to fetch all the employees who have birthday between 1980 and 1990, who have like maybe kids and all that. Like if you wanted to write that, I'm sure you will take some 2 minutes of time, but if you put that on LLM, you get it in a second. So building that complex pipeline that you saw on the tool, for that an LLM is definitely required. So I think it was here. if you see here this query, right? So this aggregation pipeline, so this was created by the LLM. I don't think you can dynamically come up with something without LLM.
I was asking about only the tool calling. Each tool can reach out to LLM.
Okay.
But which tool to call that can be made as an if-else condition, right?
I mean, pretty much you could do that as well, but I think taking advantage of LLM was easy because anyways I'm going to use LLM at the end, so I just used it even for iterations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other question?
One last question and maybe I can help you in the break time.
Pinecone in our project for like we have an AI assistant which is like similar to this. We build charts from the over Pinecone or vice versa.
Okay, I might not be the right person to answer this, so I don't know, like I don't have insights on the other one that you said. So, but I can check and tell you during the break. I think it should be that easy.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, getting back to some part that I find interesting during MongoDB presentations is that there's a vector search skill that you can earn. I just told you what vector search is, but again, if you can take this test and then finish it, you get a badge at the end of this test. I believe there are 10 questions. It is very easy. So you can scan the QR that's on the screen and it would take you to a URL where you enter your email ID and you can get the test done. So once you do the test done, you will get a badge on Credly and you could share it on LinkedIn. So in that way, I mean, it's the primary motive is obviously to learn. So all those 10 questions are very precise, and you could use any AI tools for it, even if you want help with the answers. But yes, at the end, I'm sure you will have some understanding of what vector search is and all that. So you can take this and earn a badge and share it on LinkedIn.
So guys, just scan this QR. You will be heading towards like 10 questions, okay? It's just choose the correct answers. Just answer those questions and the first 5 people who completed the skill badge will be getting hoodies, okay? And the another thing is, please host your skill badges in the LinkedIn. You know, these skill badges are the way that you can able to express, stating that you have this skill, you have the knowledge, this particular knowledge in the MongoDB, and just post it over LinkedIn, tagging JSLovers and also MongoDB user group Chennai. Okay. Once after posting only, we'll be giving you the hoodies. So complete the skill test, post it on LinkedIn, show to us, take your goodies. Come on, fast guys. Fastest swing of us. What? It's only 10 questions.
If someone finds it difficult to post it on LinkedIn, you can let us, any of us know, because some people find it difficult posting that result. But yes, intention is you complete all the 10 questions, you can let the organizers know.
Credly has made it very easy for them to post it on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, some people may find it so easy.
Also guys, don't panic if you didn't go through in the first attempts. You can go through multiple attempts also. Okay? You can try how many times as you want. This skill badge is directly from the MongoDB. Yeah, it will test your skills. Honestly, how many of you are using AI to answer these questions? Huh? No one. Completed? Wow. Post it on LinkedIn. No need. Just continue with Google. Yeah, just batch. So it will open the Credly link. In the Credly itself, it will directly ask you to post on LinkedIn. Share on LinkedIn, so you can share it. Also, you can share it as a post. Tagging JSLovers and MongoDB user group Chennai. Hey guys, your hoodies are here. Caps, tote bags. First 5 people. Come on, hurry up. Post it on LinkedIn. Post it. Wow. Yeah, we got our first one. Okay. 2 people, yeah. Just note. Can anyone write their names? Okay, just. Have you posted it over LinkedIn? JSLovers and also MongoDB user group Chennai. You need to tag these people. Just you need to create an account. Okay, just that skill batch. MongoDB user group Chennai. Okay. What? No, like you need to give at least 80% in order to, yeah, 80%. You can just retake that, no problem. Multiple attempts you can take. Just retake it. Sure. JS loves only JS loves, not us. Chennai. Yes, it's fine. Just post it. MongoDB user group Chennai. You need to tag this. Yeah, he's done. He is also done. One, two. Who has done? Come on, see. Like open an account, okay? LinkedIn badge. Okay, top 5 done. Let's take a note. Wait. Just give me this notepad file. JSLovers Chennai and MongoDB user group Chennai. MongoDB user group Chennai. Top 5 are completed, boss. Bad luck. Yeah, top 5. So yeah, we have got 5 winners here. Yeah. Rahul, please. Tote bag. Let them give the tote bag. Yeah. Next, Abdul. Come on, guys. Where is the Josh? Clap hard, na? Didn't you have lunch or what? Anything you can. Yeah, come on. Super. Sunil. Congratulations. What do you want? This one. Okay. Next, Tarun and Mohit. Claps, guys. Yeah, Tarun. Mohit. Yeah, last winner, Mohit. Come on, guys. Give me a big round of applause. These are the top 5. Yeah.
So congrats to all who got the goodies, and we have a few more goodies with us. I think you can grab before you go. And we'll have a short break. I think you all got the refreshment tokens you acknowledge, so please have that. We are having our refreshments arranged outside. Please be mindful to have all the refreshments outside and be back here. Please bring the refreshments like only if you want to carry back to home. Like if you are about to bring the refreshments, please be mindful to keep it in your bag, else have it outside. So it's 4:10. Can we be back here by 4:25 or 4:30ish? So we'll have a short icebreaker, and after that we'll have our last session. So Jagadeesh is waiting eagerly for his last session, and yeah. So we, as I said, we have swags for icebreakers. And exclusive thing, since it's our 10th session, we have 10 lucky draw swags as well. So we plan to give 10 giveaways for 10 lucky draw winners. And also please make sure you have all checked in through Luma and have checked in with Avinash, the one who hosted here before, no? Yeah, so please don't forget to check in through Luma and with Avinash. He'll be outside.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Jagadeesh and I'm a front-end developer. I have around 15 years of experience and I currently work for Turing. So before jumping into the session, let's start the timer. Just few things that you guys should know. I saw a lot of people have been taking notes. It's okay, you don't have to. I'm not that type of speaker, so chill, because I will be giving you the link to my presentation as well as the demo GitHub link of the demo code that I used. So that will be from this QR. I will show this QR again. So the topic is building apps that listen to you. The condensed version is voice first web application. I want to make it clear, this is not, you know, about voice to text. It's more about how we can use voice as an interface. So quick question to you guys. Do you know who the world's first vibe coder is? Sorry, no. Anyone else? It's someone that we probably all very well know. It's Iron Man. Jarvis. So that, I think, is a very good example of what a voice interface is. But what is a voice first web application? Or something, but it is voice first, right? So I'll show the agenda. In the agenda, you will understand like where we are going with this. Okay, so first I'm going to give you an idea of what the evolution is, like why voice interface is necessary, and then I will give you some use case just to convince you like this is a talk that is worth hearing. And then I'll discuss a little bit about architecture. I'll show you sample code, but it is not as important because this is not a code heavy session. This is more of a theory and an idea, maybe like 10 to 20% is code. So once you see the live demo, you will understand how things work. So you can go home and build something that is voice first. And of course, we need to talk about AI because AI is everywhere. AI is here as well. And then I'll give you some best practices, what to do. And then probably like we can wrap it up with the Q&A if you want. Next, in the next slide, we'll see what the CLI to GUI is. So we started with something called a CLI. If you remember, we used to work on DOS, right? Which is purely typing. You take the keyboard and you type it, and you need to remember a bunch of, commands. Do you guys even remember DOS? Any one of you? Like, do you guys know DOS? Okay, I mean, like, I feel really old because that came like, you guys probably were born after DOS got extinct. Okay, so it is where you are given a terminal and you type and you type and you type, nothing else. And then we got GUI, where you have the ability to point and click something on the screen. You can type, you can drag, you can draw something on the screen. So that was an interface. And then the next interface we got was nothing. Now is the time where we are moving to the new interface, which is voice, because I believe that is the most natural thing to do, because like, how do we communicate? We communicate by speaking, by voice. So what is wrong in communicating with your machine when you communicate? But some of you will have a question like, that doesn't sound very natural, right? Because if I am talking to my machine all the time, it will sound very awkward, really, really awkward. But let me ask you a question. Do I look awkward now, like when I am talking to you, like I'm having an interaction with you? Do I look awkward? Did any one of you notice that when I say start the timer started? Or when I say pause the timer, it passed? Or when I said Iron Man, who appeared? Iron Man appeared. He is not appearing now, I don't know why. He's got to save the world. But the thing is, what I'm showing you is not, what I'm showing you is not just a presentation deck. This is actually my demo. This is voice first web application. Thank you. Even like when I want to go to next, I can just say the word and it will go to the next slide. It is not going now. Oh, it went. Yeah, like, okay, previous. Yeah. I think this is my talk. Like, I just want to show you guys that we are a little bit futuristic and we are into the next interface. So I'm just going to switch it off because of the feedback. So I'll continue from here. I was a little bit worried that this is not going to work completely, which happened. But that happens when you have two microphones in your hand. So we'll just dive straight into the topic, right? We have, okay. Before going into the code or architecture, I'll just tell the idea. So voice interface is when you directly control your application. That could be your application, that could be your platform. You already have it. We had Alexa where we say, hi Alexa, which is a trigger word. You know what that will do? It will trigger it, and then you can say what is the time or play some music, and that happens. And that is what you have seen, but things are going really fast now. Instead of typing or clicking anything in your application, you can make an application that will respond to its surroundings, and that include both vision using camera and audio using your microphone, and that's what a voice interface is. A lot of people call this implementation as an interaction loop. I'm just going to call it interaction flow because one thing about having this kind of loop is it is not really a loop except at one point where your microphone will keep hearing and your web application will keep transcribing, except in a part where you decide to switch it off. For example, you say, hey Google, right? And it triggers it. It doesn't mean it will get activated when you say, hey Google. It is always active. You just bring that path, that interaction path by using a trigger word. And when your app is listening, it is also always transcribing. We understand that it is listening, but we don't understand that it is transcribing all the time. And that's how they get your data, but that will be a different session. And the third part is your application able to understand what is the intention. Like I'm talking with my friend or I'm talking with my mother. That cannot all be trigger words, right? When a trigger word is heard, it is probably some of the word which our application already has in its own registry. And when that registry is matched, whenever there is a match, it acts, it triggers something. It will make an API call, or it will navigate in our example, like I was able to show on the timer, or I don't know, show the Ant-Man GIF. I'll show the example in a little bit of a graphical, not graphical, like a motion graphical way. But before that, a code implementation will look like this. You don't have to worry if you don't understand. This is more of a pseudocode. We know about the speech recognition API, right? So whether you are using an AI or not, it starts with a speech recognition AI. It is also called utterance API. So the idea is like in your, whether you are using React or Angular or anything, like it is going to boil down to your speech recognition. So you trigger the speech recognition and you keep hearing, like your app keeps hearing it. And then when something is heard and when something is transcribed, what you do is you will have a list of registry, like a dictionary, and you go and check. For example, did I say next? Or I could say anything, like I could say go to the next slide, which means it should also work for next. Or if I say next slide, it should also work. Or I say previous slide or previous, it should also work. So I will have a list of words under the registry, and that registry, if there is a match, then there is going to be some kind of action that is triggered. It could be a custom action, or it could be, you know, something like updating your state in your React application or calling an API. It could be anything, but the entire idea is these three parts. You listen, you transcribe, and search for a word, and when there is a match, you just trigger that particular action. So I'll show this, how this worked in our particular application, okay? So is this on? Yeah. So now what I did is I triggered my my speech recognition. So whatever I am speaking, it is getting transcribed like all the time, right? What is also happening behind the screen is like any word that I'm speaking, that is always getting searched in my registry. So this part, the second part is my registry. Once again, this is an illustration, okay? I'm not showing the code because this is an illustration. If I say some word, let's say I'm saying next, that word is in the registry and that is matched, and my system is going to trigger that particular method. Or if I say something like start timer, that also has a match, and that will trigger that action. So here I am starting the timer. You could do anything. For example, submit my form, or apply to whatever like you are in a job portal and upload my application, or you are building a client-facing product, and let's say it is something like it's an app where the user will want to use it hands-free. For example, it is an exercise app. So the user is exercising and they want to play the music or log my calories or like pass the tracking. So these kind of words that you can use, and you will trigger your method. But here is a problem. I'll show the problem. Let's take start timer. If I say start timer, that's a direct match, and that is going to trigger. Okay, what if I say something like initiate timer? That's what I want to do, but I have to know the exact phrase. But it is not fair for you or anyone to have or put it on your users to know the exact word. That defeats the whole purpose of having a natural conversation. And that is where intents come into place. Yes, you need to transcribe and understand what word is being spoken of, but you should also try to understand what is the intent, what is the user trying to say. I said initiate the timer, but it means start the timer. It is there in my registry. My app is supposed to do that, but it is not doing. And that is where we bring in another layer. We use AI. So if I am using AI, what I will do is, instead of capturing words, I will capture intent. So I'll try saying initiate the timer. And it started because AI was able to understand, oh, there is start the timer and there is a sentence that is spoken of, and the intent is to initiate the timer. And here is the coolest part. Intent does not have any language, right? Intent is intent. And if I want to say something like, Thambi, Gadigartha start panna. So, yes, words are important, but what is more important is that you capture the intent of your user and you let the application do everything, and your user is going to be as amazed by how you guys are as amazed by this presentation. I use the word, I gave a Tamil command, but there is something I want to try. I haven't tried this because I heard someone saying that they don't speak Tamil, so it's for that one person. Timer start cheyandi. Okay, so it works in Telugu as well. I have no idea. All right. So yeah, this is the idea. So AI is a very good fit, but AI is not going to be our entire solution. So where it fits exactly is when you can extract the intent, because there is one reason which is going to put a little bit behind, which is the time it is going to take, the lag. Because there's a difference between the speed in which your local browser is transcribing, your web API transcribing, and your AI is transcribing, right? So you cannot use it when speed is of importance, but when intent and accuracy is of importance, that's where you go there. And where you should not use it, you can't use AI to drive the application. You can't and just give any directions, and AI can make decisions, and AI can execute in your browser. That is not going to happen here. That should not happen here, because AI can make mistakes. And I don't know, it is always good to have safe rails, but don't use AI to drive your voice-based application, because you never know what your app is going to say or respond. That should be to the uniquely drive your action through the intent. There has to be layer that separate that. Drive your action through the intent. There has to be layer that separate that. And more importantly, confirm your destructive actions, which is something that we all do all the time. And when you are trying to figure out what phrase to use for the commands, come up with commands that end. For example, your trigger command cannot be in middle of the sentence, because things might get lost. User may go very fast. There are a lot of logical problems in that. So the idea people suggest is like, find a word that ends. But once again, it will change when we change the language. So you will decide where. So yeah, and yes, and look like something that is in the future, that will be coming in the future. So I'm not suggesting you get prepared for it. It is here already. Like it is up to you. We are already living in the future, and we are in an age where like new things are coming every single day. So if send it to me, I would love to have a look at it. And thank you. Particular presentation, and send you the. If there are no questions, then I will ask you guys questions. So that I am saying, if I talk continuously, that's when the intent matching will happen. So if I say something like my demo, there is my demo in that word, that is matched, that is taken, and that is driving. So this is not, okay, you get the idea, right? Like I can pronounce it in any way I want, but if I'm using AI, AI will capture that my intention is to say but if you want AI, you can put it and you can make it even better, but not faster. But you can make it faster if you're using like a local model or something like that, or Cloudflare.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, hi Jagadeesh. So I have one question. So just because he asked.
No, it is the same. It is very standard. It is there. Actually, this is not a new one. This is there since like a very long time. Transcription API is there since like, all the places.
I mean, just because we see some browsers accept some few things, but like few doesn't. Like for example, in CSS, if we see there is.
I have worked in notifications or like screen recording. It follows the same procedure. You first put it in a try catch, so this will run. This also works in my phone, by the way. This also works in Edge, by the way. So that should tell you everything.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Any more questions?
The whole application to build a PW, convert that into to-do list and add it to my my daily things to do. It also can understand how much food I am eating. Like if I just have to say it, so going to help in your work, I don't know, but you can definitely do a lot of hobby projects with it. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me on LinkedIn. So thank you so much, and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you so much, Jagadeesh. So yeah, I request JP to, sorry, so we'll just facilitate our speakers. So I request JP to facilitate Elangovan from MongoDB.
Come on guys, claps.
I request Vignesh to facilitate our speaker Jagadeesh. Yeah, I request Syed. Is Syed there? So the speaker himself is searching to get his mementos. Okay, I request Avinash to give away the memento to John. Come on guys, session முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. Happy clap பண்ணுங்க. So yeah, now the goodies for the icebreaker winners. So third place, I think Isai.
Yeah, Isai. Come on guys, claps. You had a snacks and all, right?
And second place to Kirtana, love hacker dane.
Claps.
And the first place to Tasnim. Tasnim, right? Okay. டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி தானே ஆன்சர் பண்ணீங்க இல்லை ஓகே and we have one special goodies for the person who interacted the most in the session. So I could see Bhuvaneshwari was so much interactive with the speakers, so we have a special goodie for her. I think she missed her chance in tongue twisters, I guess. Okay, so as I said, since it's our 10th edition of JSLovers here at Chennai, we have 10 lucky draw winners. So we have 5 t-shirt giveaways and 5 mugs of MongoDB. So first 5 lucky draw winners will get the t-shirt and next set of 5 will get the mugs. Okay, I just have the mail ID of whoever got checked in through Luma. I think few of them left the event. So if that person is not present, we'll just go for the next person, okay? Sorry? Please, proxy பண்ணாதீங்க. Okay, so shall we start? Sound கேட்கல, இதுக்காச்சும் கத்துங்க. Okay.
How's the Josh?
Okay. Venki Bhupati. Super. There is some discrepancies over the size. Okay, I request Elangovan to give away the remaining swags. Okay, we'll go to the next lucky draw winner. Suchitra M 0025. Okay, she's not here. Vedeshwaran. Okay. Muscle memory. Sometimes our brain seeker process. Your name, please? Sorry? Vedeshwaran. Okay. Okay, we'll go to our third lucky draw winner who gets t-shirt. Priyanshu Jain. Am I right? Priyanshu Jain. I think 4 முடிஞ்சுச்சா JP? 3. Run with 3? Okay. Tasnim. No, sorry. No. So you're so lucky that you're not getting the goodies this time. Yeah. If you want, you can give your goodies back. Mahalakshmi 957. Yeah. Tasnim is so lucky today, I guess. So the last lucky draw winner for the t-shirt, Jayalakshmi decap. So, okay, so for the MongoDB cup, it's Kavya Subramanian 1, 2, 3. I think Kavya நீங்களே கொடுங்க நான் எடுத்துட்டு போயிடுறேன்னு சொல்லி வாங்கிப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். So last 4 lucky draw winners. Karthik Raja. Correct ah thana padikiren. Karthik Raja, think he's not here. புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க, இருந்தீங்கன்னா தயவு செஞ்சு வாங்க. நான் எதையாவது தப்பா படிச்சு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைக் கரெக்டாக படிக்கிறவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஸ்வாக் கொடுக்கலான்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எஸ், வாட் இஸ் திஸ்? சின்ன வயசில் வந்து கிரியேட் பண்ண மெயில் ஐடியா எல்லாருக்கும் அந்த பிரச்சனை இருக்கு. வாட் இஸ் திஸ்? நிறைய பேர் இப்போ அவங்க கிட்ஸுக்கு அப்படி தான் பேர் வைக்கிறாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு வந்து கண்டிப்பாக வந்து ஷி டிசர்வ்ஸ் அ ஸ்வாக். நைஸ். Okay, so third, Sanjay Satish. Correct ah padichuna? ஜெயிச்சிட்டோம் மாறா. மேனிஃபெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Okay, so the last 2, JP, it's 2 or 1? Last, okay. Taruna official, nice. Tarun A. Okay. Tarunane நான் பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தேன். think we are done. ஏன் மெயில் ஐடி நான் கொடுக்க மாட்டேன். Okay, so we are done with the lucky draw thing. And yeah, we are giving a special gift to a person who is close to our JSLovers team. As you all know, Vignesh is the JSLovers Chennai coordinator. Prioritizing his career goals, he is stepping down as JSLovers Chennai coordinator. But we are very much happy to have him all these 10 sessions, which he did it very seamlessly. So remembering that, we are just giving a small gift. It's a very, very small gift from our side. So we just want you to accept that and share. சர்ப்ரைஸாக இருக்கா விக்னேஷ்? ஆமான்னு சொல்லிடுங்க.
எனக்கு என்ன பேசுறதுன்னு தெரியல, திடீர்னு வந்து. Okay. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining us today. As I said, நாங்கள் ஒரு past 1.5 year 2 years அந்த மீட்டப்ஸ் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கோம் JSLovers. ஒரு 10 ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட இது வரைக்கும் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். So the idea is to bring the JavaScript developers, people who work JavaScript, let it be students or freshers or entry-level developers or senior developers, to bring them together, so share knowledge and network with each other. So that was the initial idea. So that's how I started, and then I pulled in some more people for volunteering, and today we have a very big team of volunteers. As they said, like due to some personal and professional reasons, I am stepping down. So going forward, our team, we have a very good team here. So they will be taking over and doing all the sessions and meetups. I didn't know they suddenly planned and asked me to talk. I have no words to say. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vignesh. So Jyoti Prakash will, going forward, take care of the JSLovers Chennai session. Ananda Kanir Varda, Vignesh. Yeah, we feel you deserve this, Vignesh. Thank you so much. And yeah. So we have one announcement. Okay, with respect to React Nexus. So few of you guys inquired about the React Nexus event as well. Okay. So we have two React Nexus taggers, and this Saturday. So next Saturday, we will post the giveaway winners in our JSLovers. Two posts, like whoever write the best two posts will get the React Nexus ticket along with the t-shirt.
Okay guys, do you know what is React? Okay, it is like another community. It's a paid community. They conduct every year in Bangalore. Okay, it's a very good learning platform for all the developers and other tech promotion you guys do for us. Those who share those person and send it to DMU. Okay, and there is also a coupon code for if you guys want to buy tickets for the React Nexus session. We also will share coupon code which we will be getting next week. So again, we will share that in our social platforms. If you do not get it, you can DM us. We will send it back. Okay, fine.
For your information, the React Nexus ticket cost around 5K. So it will be really worth if you get that for free and attend the session. It is a very, very big platform to get it networked with greater minds, and you can learn a lot.
So we are their official partner.
Yeah, so we are the official partners of React Nexus, out of which we get giveaway tickets, and the best post, the person who do the best post will receive the React Nexus ticket, and we will post it on next Saturday. So you have like until 5 days to post. Please don't forget to tag us so that we get notified and able to see your post. Yeah. So coming to the last part of the session, feedback, which is very much essential for us. So I have a QR code for the form where you can give your inputs, which we are happy to see. Apart from that, if like someone of you who is interested to give the live feedback here, so we are happy to hear that as well. Any volunteers? Goodies illa. So we have few questions. We have added few input questions, technical sessions or any hackathons or any workshops kind of thing you require. Please do give an input so that we can work on that as well. Any person to come and give your feedback here, please. Tamil, any language is fine. Ilakya, nice.
ஹாய், என்னோட நேம் இலக்கியா. எனக்கு ஜாப் சர்ச்சிங்க்கு, நெட்வொர்க்கிங்க்கு நீங்கள் ஷேர் பண்ணிங்கன்னா நிறையா கற்றுக்கலாம். ஜேஎஸ் மீட்டப்பில் வந்து இது தேர்ட் மீட் நிறைய இங்கே இருக்கிற டாப்பிக்கு இங்கே பார்த்துட்டு அப்படியே ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிடாதீங்க. போய் ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணி பாருங்கள், உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுங்கள், இன்னும் ஐடியாஸ் நிறையா கிடைக்கும். நீங்கள் வந்து ஃபீட்பேக் சொன்னால் தான் அந்த டீமுக்கு நம்மளை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் சப்போர்ட்டிவாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அதனால தான் நான் இங்கே முன்னாடி வந்து பேசியிருக்கேன். உங்களோட பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்கன்னா எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் நல்லாயிருக்கும். தேங்க்யூ. அப்புறம் இன்றைக்கி ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து என்னோடய மார்னிங் ஷீ பில்ட் நடந்தது. அங்கே வந்து கொஞ்சம் தேங்க்ஸ் விக்னேஷ் on that. தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you so much, Ilakya. Anyone else? Yeah.
So hi everyone, I'm Bhuvneshwari, and it's my first meetup as well. Like I have worked in Frontend for like some years, but this is the first meetup I have done. And to be honest, I was like, all the topics that I saw today was something that I can definitely go and use. I mean, from the AI is the first topic which I can definitely use because I'm using Claude Code and other stuffs as well. So and the voice app was just mind blowing. I was just thinking like, oh, I can do this to make my own app. Like you said, I have a to-do list and I just have to make it and like talk to it and say that I have to do this. So that's also something very new and I was very interested also. So yeah, thanks JSLovers, and I'll keep attending your meetings. Thank you.
Huge words. Thank you so much, Bhuvneshwari. One last person. Yeah, please. அது யூஸ்வலி அந்த 3, 6 அந்த மாதிரி நம்பர்ஸில் முடிப்போம்ல, சென்டிமெண்ட்.
லக்கி நம்பர் 3 தான். ஓகே, ஒன் ஃபீட்பேக் அபவுட் த நெட்வொர்க் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ். அது வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணோம். ஸோ நான் ஓவர் 7 இயர்ஸ் முன்னாடி நான் நிறைய மீட்டப் அட்டன் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ இந்த மீட்டப் கொஞ்சம் யூனிக்காக இருந்துச்சு. யூனிக் தான் என்ன சொல்ல, இவ்வளோ க்ரௌடு வந்துட்டு ஸோ எல்லாமே நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வந்துட்டு யூஸ்வலாக வந்துட்டு லிஃப்ட்டில் வரோம்னா டைரக்ஷன்ஸ் தெரியாது. ஸோ அந்த போர்டு வச்சிங்கன்னா இல்லை ஒரு பிரிண்ட் அவுட் மாதிரி வச்சு டேர்னிங் இந்த சைடுன்னு போட்டிங்கன்னா அது கொஞ்சம் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் வரவங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். ஸோ இதுதான் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் நான் இந்த பில்டிங்க்கே வரேன். ஸோ நைஸ் ஆர்கனைசேஷன், எல்லாமே சூப்பராக பண்ணியிருந்தீங்க.
Thank you so much, sir. I think I'll consider, that's it, right? No one. Okay. So I forgot to give one more announcement. So we are open for volunteers. So we are trying to formulate the team again. So in that we feel like we can add few volunteers from outside group, so that we just work together. And if anyone is interested to be a part of the JSLovers team, please do reach out the people here, us. If not, like later the day you feel like you want to be the part of JSLovers team, please feel free us to message through JSLovers LinkedIn page. So we'll definitely work together in the upcoming sessions. And yeah, so with this we'll wrap up. I request JP to just address the crowd.
Again, guys, I'm not going to take much time. So this just a thank you note, first of all, for Vignesh. So to take to this level, JSLovers. So from now on, I'll be continuing to do the same what he did. Thank you, Vignesh, for all the organizing and support. And secondly, I'd like to thank the speakers, John, Jagadeesh, and our sponsor speaker. Like, so because we have to thank MongoDB, they are our main sponsor for this event. So I thank them, MongoDB team, volunteers, and then the speaker. And then of course Unique, so they always support us, like whenever we approach them for taking the session, they support us in providing the venue. So thank you Unique team if they are here. Thanks. And finally, thanks to you all for attending this session. This is the usual statement I used to say, nobody spends their time in the Saturday, right? Like spending 3 to 4 hours of your day to connect, network, learn, it is very difficult thing. Only see, We posted in the social platforms, but only 100 people turned up. So which means you guys are special. Keep doing it, keep learning, keep growing, okay? I hope all these sessions helped you. Thank you.
So yeah, with this, I bid a final thank you to everyone. And yeah, before networking, we'll just have one group photo here, quick as possible. And then you can network with your